got some power tools here, and I'm interested to learn more from you, Ray, about your perspective on what we could do in the field to prevent accidents. I know for these hand grinders, there's 2 or 3 things that I'm concerned with. Obviously the handle. This is a very good one here. It's got a handle on it. The other big thing is to make sure the blade, the RPMs coincide in terms of making sure that the blade can operate at a higher RPM than the unit is designed for.
That's correct.
But what other things do you see in the field that you're concerned with when people are handling these things?
Well, one of the things that I'm concerned about is the cords.
Yeah.
Okay, you always got to check the cords on a daily basis to make sure they're not frayed, cut, so on and so forth. The other thing is when the operator is using this, they should make sure that the guard is in a position where it's not kicking back.
Okay.
At them. That's what the guard is for.
Right.
And so that they don't get their hands near the blade.
All right. So in other words, the guard has to be in place first of all, and also has to be tightened, because a lot of times we
Correct.
see it when that's not the case. And if this wheel explodes and there's no guard, then without any safety glasses or any guard, we got big issues.
That's correct. And there's also another thing that a lot of people aren't aware of. When they're operating these, they got to be aware of their surroundings. I know we talked about this before. Yeah. They don't want to be grinding metal or something like that and shooting it into somebody else that may be working, pretty close to them.
Okay.
So they got to be aware where they're grinding, and where the grinding material is going.
All right, good. So awareness is another big one. We got a miter saw here, another power tool that we see on a job site quite a bit. I know my big thing here is just the guard, making sure the adjustable barrier guard's in place. What types of things are you looking for, Ray, and you see guys doing that are both good and bad on these saws?
Well, I've seen quite a different things. I've seen guys operating these things, and the base is not stable.
Okay, that's
so
a big one.
That's rocking.
Yeah.
If it's not the base, I've seen the load itself or the material is not stable.
Okay.
What you need to do is you got to have the saw on a firm table.
Yep.
Like this is perfect because it's firm, it's solid. You got a decent working height.
Yep.
Now the load or the material that they're using should be firmly on the table and level.
Okay, good.
You know.
So they can't do this freehand. You see guys holding the stock in their hand instead of putting it on the rest here and clamping it and holding it freehand. If that binds or gets pulled, they're gonna get their hand.
Right. I've seen that all too often, and what could happen and has happened in the past is they'll be holding it freehand.
Right.
And the blade will catch the material that they're cutting.
Yep.
And it'll suck the hand right into the blade.
Exactly. So we don't want that. So power tools, couple big things. Keep the guards in place. Make sure you know what you're doing. Be aware of what's going on, and know the specifications of the material and the equipment that you're using. So power tool safety.